Hey, namaste. This is Sacredowl with Real Talk by Sacredowl. And I've been talking to you about meditation. Well, this is part 3, I think, or part 4 of meditation. I'm not sure. But today we're going to talk about the imagination, creating that feeling of abundance. Now, prior we spoke about the do's and don'ts of meditation. We spoke about being present in the moment. We spoke about joy and gratitude. And this is number 4. We're talking about imagining. Now, once you start to get present in the moment and then you start to feel and invoke joy and happiness and feeling that good feeling, the next step now is imagining what you really want. And it could be just a simple thing, having a good conversation with somebody. It could be wanting a car, wanting a house, or it could be just feeling at peace, or it could be just finding a place to be just calm. Whatever it is that you want, you start to use that joy energy that you manifested in part 2 of it to now create a feeling of what you would like to do. So like you could imagine yourself at a beach, if you like it, seeing the sunset and just hearing the water in the background going back and forth. Or you could imagine yourself in a room, in a tin room, and it's raining and you hear the raindrops coming down, and that's a good feeling. Or you could imagine yourself driving whatever you want to drive, or ride a motorcycle, flying a plane, or being in any part of the world you like to be in, or swimming in an ocean that's beautiful, or surfing, or whatever it is that's most important to you, or that's feeling good to you. That's it. Like with me, I love imagining being with my kids and spending time with them and joking and laughing and having a good time. That's a good feeling. Can I manifest that all the time? Of course not. But in my imagination I can. So in this idea, as I'm beginning to build and grow, I have other things that I imagine, personal goals that I like to obtain. Like I like to speak more in front of more people, so that way we could keep sharing and doing that. And the great thing is I like to make money doing it. But that's my imagination, and as I keep working and meditating on it, then it'll start to manifest itself as a reality. So as you're beginning to manifest this thing, as you're beginning to understand where your goals are at and what you really want to do, when you imagine, when you fantasize, when you start to do things, then you start to feel it. It even works in your health. Let's say you have some health issues. Then you start to meditate. You imagine yourself healed. You imagine yourself in a place of well-being. You imagine yourself being at one with yourself. You imagine yourself exercising or doing things that you couldn't do before. That is part of the manifestation process that you can make happen through meditation. But when you're doing that, as you're imagining, guess what you're doing? You're connecting and now communicating to source and to everything, so that on that level, as you go into that deeper level, it now will start to make movement, to make energy move. Remember the 7 principles of energy that are given to us, and we'll talk about that in the video someday too, is one of the presence of meaning is that the number 1 rule is that the all is the mind and the mind is all. So God is the mind and the mind is God. So if you get into your mind and you start to imagine the good things that you want, then you're connecting to source and the mind of God and the mind of spirit, and that mind now will have to connect with you, and it has to kind of give you what you're manifesting. It's like kind of twisting God's arm, but respectfully, but twisting her arm, his arm, respectfully, so that you can get the things that you want to get. So as you start to get from that presence of being present to being joyful, now you're imagining with all that good energy. Guess what's going to start to happen is that it's going to start to manifest, and that's what we're going to talk about in the next video, about breadcrumbs and invoking answers. I look forward to talking to you about these things, and thank you for your support. And you can hit me up at Sacredowl Quinones on YouTube, or you go to our website at www.theelectricradioshow.com and hit me up, and you'll see all these videos. Okay, thank you again for your support. Sacredowl, I love you because I love me. Peace.